To Afghanistan now, as fighting there intensifies, civilian deaths are mounting. Both the Taliban and the international forces are being blamed. The CBC's Cameron McIntosh has the details. Cameron.
Ian, this morning 6 people were killed and 9 others were wounded when a minibus struck an improvised explosive device presumably planted by insurgents. It's the second time in less than a week that an IED has blown up a busload of people here. Still, when it comes to civilian deaths, it's actually NATO that's getting a lot of the blame. This morning in Kabul, more than 200 people took to the streets chanting "Death to the U.S., death to NATO." 9 days ago, a NATO rocket killed 45 people in Helmand province. Many were women and children hiding in a mud hut, trying to avoid a gunfight between NATO forces and insurgents. For months now, Afghanistan's President Hamid Karzai has publicly criticized NATO for civilian deaths. In its defense, NATO says the surge in troops here is resulting in more fighting and more of what it calls collateral damage, which it says it's trying to avoid. At the same time, it also points to bombings like today's and accuses the Taliban of targeting civilians. Canadian Craig King is one of NATO's top generals here. He calls it a key part of the Taliban strategy. There's
clearly a reaction to what we're doing here. I think they understand very well just what's at stake here, and that's the decision of the Afghan people on where their future lays. And so they're stepping up their activities as a counterweight to what we're doing here.
Now, the independent advocacy group Afghan Rights Monitor recently concluded that so far in 2010, insurgents have been responsible for 60% of civilian deaths here in Afghanistan. It also said that new rules of engagement adopted by NATO are helping to reduce the percentage of civilian deaths that are being caused by the coalition. Still, when it added up the damage being inflicted by both sides, it also concluded that more Afghan civilians are being killed now than ever before. Ian?
Thanks, Cameron. The CBC's Cameron McIntosh in Kandahar. Further north in Afghanistan today, the Netherlands ended its military mission. The withdrawal of almost 2,000 Dutch soldiers is the first significant pullout of troops since the war began. NATO requested the Netherlands extend their mission, but opposition to the war brought down the country's coalition government. 24 Dutch soldiers were killed in Afghanistan. As NATO troops begin to leave Afghanistan, there are renewed fears of instability in Iraq. July was the country's deadliest month in more than 2 years. Bomb blasts and other attacks killed 535 people and injured 1,000 more. Analysts say that since the March election results were inconclusive, it left a power vacuum that insurgents are exploiting.